welcome to Prime News. Now a look at the headlines. Growth of non-performing assets a cause for concern. Economic survey report speaks of tightening of NPA recovery mechanism. Part of retaining wall at Vasco railway station collapses. Nizamuddin and Patna Express cancelled. Passengers stranded at railway station. Trains rescheduled. Massage parlours and spas cannot operate without consent of GSPCB. 56 massage parlours shut in North Goa for operating without consent. Congress Disciplinary Committee begins investigation process. 4 top Congress leaders send notices. Show cause notices issued. And Germany experienced 7th heaven after hammering Brazil. Veteran striker Miroslav Klose clinches World Cup goals record. Now the news in details. It won't be an easy task for banks to waive off the NPAs. RBI and the Union Finance Minister has taken a serious view on the rising NPAs of banks generated especially from mining, iron and steel and infrastructure sectors. India's latest economic survey report makes this clear. While the Parrikar-led government is pressing on cooperative and the public sector banks to waive off loans to mining dependents, Centre's latest report speaks of tightening of NPA recovery mechanism.
Madam Speaker, I beg to lay on the table a copy each of the following papers, Hindi and English version, Economic Survey 2013-14, Economic Survey 2013-14, Statistical Appendix.
Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley tabled the Economic Survey report for the fiscal 2013-14 before the Lok Sabha on Wednesday. The report refers to RBI's Financial Stability Report pertaining to NPAs, especially from the stress sectors like mining, iron and steel and infrastructure. Here are the excerpts of the report. RBI in its Financial Stability Report December 2013 identifies 5 stress sectors. Stress sectors: infrastructure, iron and steel, textile, aviation and mining. Survey mentions increase in NPAs of banks, mainly accounted for switch over to system-based identification of NPAs by PSBs. Slowdown of economic growth and aggressive lending by banks in past, especially during good times. Asset quality in banking system deteriorates in post-crisis years and among banks groups. PSBs had highest level of stress in terms of NPAs and restructured advances. The report has mentioned some of the recent initiatives taken by the Union government to address the rising NPAs. It includes directing state-level bankers' committees to be proactive in resolving issues with state governments, close watch on NPAs by picking up early warning signals, ensuring timely corrective steps by banks, early detection of sign of distress, amendments in recovery laws, strengthening of credit appraisal and post-credit monitoring, appointment of nodal officers in banks for recovery at their head or zonal offices for debt recovery tribunal, thrust on recovery of lost assets by banks, designating asset reconstruction companies ARC resolution agents of banks, sanction of fresh loans on basis of information sharing amongst banks, conducting sector or activity-wise analysis of NPAs. From last 2 years, government is pressing it hard on the Federal Bank, RBI and the PSBs for waiving off the bad debts, majorly the accumulated interest. Accumulated NPAs in Goa's cooperative banks and other public sector banks due to the mining sector are to the tune of 1600 crores. Following its no mindless populism policy, if Modi government decides to follow RBI's Financial Stability Report strictly, it will probably be a big challenge for state government to get any relief for mining dependence on the rising NPAs of the public sector banks. Bureau Report, Prudent.
Nizamuddin Express and Patna Express got delayed for several hours as a part of retaining wall collapsed along the railway station at Maimoya in Vasco. Kolle to Vasco train was also cancelled on Wednesday. People were stranded at the station till evening. Work of retaining wall was in progress till late night. Later, stranded passengers were taken to Margao by Kadamba buses.
A part of retaining wall of Vasco railway station collapsed on Wednesday afternoon. South Central Railway traffic got paralysed. 3 trains had a halt for several hours. Nizamuddin Express and Patna Express got delayed. Kolle to Vasco local was also cancelled. Passengers were stranded for several hours at the Vasco railway station.
सब confusion है, पूरा confusion है, किसी को कोई clarity नहीं है. Station master is telling something else, guard is telling something else, supervisor is telling something else. There is a total mess and confusion. This is not अच्छे दिन.
खर्चा करके मडगांव जाओ वास्को से, वो खर्चा कौन देने वाला है? 40 रुपए का टिकट या 80 रुपए का टिकट.
जो टीटी था वो आने को बोला कि आप इधर उतर जाइए और हमने बस बुलाया है, बस में आपको मडगांव जाना पड़ेगा. ये गाड़ी का चांसेस बहुत कम है क्योंकि लैंडस्लाइडिंग हो गया है. देखो हमसे पैसा ले लिया पिछला वाला,
पैसा एडवांस में
2 महीने टिकट करे हमने बुक, फिर पहले पैसा आप पैसा वसूल रहे, पैसे वसूल रहे हैं. और दिल्ली से कोपरगांव तक किसी से नहीं लिया, हमसे जो पैसा ले लिया आगे के लिए. ये तो भैया सर आपने पूछा नहीं क्यों लिए, वो तो कह रहा कि नियम है. हमने कहा भाई किसी अधिकारी से बात करा, कोई कराने को तैयार नहीं.
बारिश आने की वजह से हो गया, वो थोड़ा सा मट्टी गिर गया उधर से. अभी जो हमारा इंजीनियर लोग उसको रेस्टोरेशन कर रहा है अभी.
तो इसकी वजह से कौन सी ट्रेन डिले? और
गोवा एक्सप्रेस ज़रा लेट जाएगा. उधर से आने वाले हावड़ा एक्सप्रेस मडगांव में रुका है, वो ज़रा लेट होगा. पटना गाड़ी 6 बजे स्टार्ट करने वाला है, ज़रा लेट होगा.
Work of erecting the retaining wall was on till late at night. Later, passengers were provided Kadamba buses till Margao railway station. Reporter Dishant Parab for Prudent.
Now, massage parlours and spas cannot operate without the consent of the Goa State Pollution Control Board. Board has shut down around 56 massage parlours and spas in North Goa for operating without consent to operate under Water Act and Air Act. Pollution Control Board's Technical Advisory Committee has framed the guidelines for assessment of consent to operate for the spas.
Goa State Pollution Control Board Chairman Jose Manuel Narona informed that massage parlour and spa should inform the board about water consumption, waste treatment, sewage generation, disposal of sewage, solid waste generated and its disposal. The board had earlier issued closure notices to 56 massage parlours and spas.
We issued directions and notices, including show cause notices, to these 56 spas, saloons and massage parlours. We did not get a satisfactory reply from most of them, and closure directions were issued. After closure directions were issued, the collectors from North and South Goa were directed to seal the units that did not possess a license, because the board is of the view that a massage parlour or a saloon or a spa would require consent to operate under the Air and Water Act.
Chairman of board also informed that to operate massage parlours and spas, they have to submit all the necessary details to the Technical Advisory Committee, which will cross-check all the documents and then will consider a consent to operate the parlours and spas.
These spas or saloons are coming to us now with application for a consent to operate, which we are placing before a constituted Technical Advisory Committee, which will study their applications based on the amount of solid waste generated, the wastewater generated, and also including the possibilities of installing an oil and grease trap in their installations, so any oil that they would be using for massage purposes, etc., will be trapped and could be disposed of scientifically.
Reporter Mahesh Khadi with video journalist Chetan Gawas for Prudent.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.